Myself, I also want to contribute something back to Vietnam, and I'm Vietnamese citizen anyway. So, but the thing is, do you think it's necessary to create, one organization or group where it doesn't matter what you want to do, you can just go on there teaching English online, or just simply tell them how to apply for scholarship or career path and all kind of advices. Do you think it's necessary to create such a group? Because there are many groups, very locally, like students or many small groups, but we don't really have one big unifying group where I can jump in there and I can connect with whoever wants to connect. So what's your vision toward that, and are we doing something about it?
I think what Lucy's trying to do here, for example, is bringing together individuals and because one of the issues is that we do feel isolated. We have similar ideas but different backgrounds and interests. How do we come together? How do we become this, like the Indian or the Chinese sort of network? And I think this in part is heading towards that. That's one thing. And I think on the other end too is I think Zu Học Sinh need to mobilize and organize. I think they need to also be really clear about what their needs are, so that they're working in Vietnam or helping Vietnam becomes this easier path and a like matter of fact path versus a difficult one, or maybe one they're a little bit ambivalent about. So I think that needs to be thought of too. That's something that I think about frequently. This idea of a stronger Zu Học Sinh sort of identity, so they can have open conversation with what goes on in Vietnam, so they can have a bigger say. Because it's really important for Vietnam to have this group be interested. You don't have to be physically in Vietnam to help with this development. That's for sure. You can choose to be here. We can choose to be here, and back and forth or whatever. It doesn't matter. We live in this age. It's much more complicated and interesting. But the fact is, it seems like there's an interest there. So how do we cleverly do that? So I think yes, definitely we should be an organization, and Zu Học Sinh should be an organization, and etc.
Okay, one more question. Okay.
Hi, I have a question. So, out of curiosity, is there any support group for Vietnamese American or maybe overseas Vietnamese to talk about how to navigate the idiosyncrasies of Vietnam?
Vietnam. Yeah, oh my God. Yeah, maybe I should write a book. Just kidding. No, but it's clearly a need. It's clearly a need. I think because there's no answer. I think what's really interesting is I work very closely with the Vietnamese American community here, and they're really diverse. And I work with Vietnam as well. And I find that in the sort of more like knowledgeable groups, or those who have a more open mind, they understand that Vietnam is changing a lot. They understand the Silicon Valley's evolution as well. But for a lot of people, they kind of think of Vietnam as like back in the 1990s. And similarly, those in Vietnam think of what's going on here and the politics here back in the 1990s. And most of the time I have to explain that no, things have changed a lot. Even though some things remain the same, there's different changes that's taken place. So it behooves both sides to really see what those changes are, and individuals who have access or can serve as a bridge to allow for these conversations, so that that will help. And so I'm not really answering your question per se, because I don't know where he went, but because it's a difficult one. I think maybe that would be one of the projects for the VietTech Summit, right? To all write in, what we learned, our mistakes in Vietnam, right? The good, bad, ugly, and all this. I think, which is your next panel. I think that will also be, keep someone should record that and then put it in like a pamphlet.
And then burn it. Don't let anybody see it.
No,
it's dangerous material.
Oh my God, I think it's absolutely useful. Someone should start up on just that alone, because I think but at the end of the day, a lot of it is about understanding the culture of the other, right? Be it over there here or here over there. And so it's important to have those cultural connections. That's why I'm big on connecting STEM with social science and humanities, because both need each other in this instance, right? If you have a business project but it's all science, how do you know it's going to be helpful for the people, right? You need to talk to the people and learn what their real needs are. You know, it should be a partnership. So, I'm sorry I'm not answering, but it's a hard one to answer.
I'll also ask you another question, because like navigate what aspect of Vietnamese society? Because do you want to come back to Vietnam and start a company, or do you want to come back to Vietnam and help people, or?
Yeah.
Because those are all different things. You want to come back and build a huge billion-dollar real estate company, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All those things are really different, require different things, right? But
and even if we write this book today, it might be obsolete by next
It'll be
year, and that
obsolete.
wouldn't.
there's a different set of people.
Different set of people involved, right? Yeah.
All right.
I have one question for you.
Last question, yeah.
So you live in Vietnam right now, as currently?
No, I live in the United States right now.
So what do you think about the recent Trump and the Prime Minister deal, $160-some billion? What do you think on that?
Oh my God, that's just so, that opened the freaking floodgates, really.
All right, I'll see you later.
Yeah, maybe we should chat later, essentially. I think countries like Vietnam really need to reconsider its endeavors to develop as quickly as possible at all costs, including the cost of its people in the long term, for quick profit in the short term. And so that's one thing that we work with in my initiative, like this idea of, you know, what models have been put in place that have a lot of US influence? How has it affected these countries? Do we want to be like that? And you know, I hope the answer is no, that you know, Vietnam will see its own strengths with the help of others and you know, sort of set its own path that I think will put itself in a much more you know, powerful, potentially in the long run position, because you lose a little bit of sovereignty and you lose a little bit of you know, economic stability when you go